Alright folks, buckle up. We're about to embark on a journey that promises to be as thrilling as a roller coaster ride. The tech world is bracing itself for what could be a seismic shift, and you don't want to miss a second of it. Donald Trump is back in the White House, and with his return, the dynamics of the tech industry are set to change dramatically. His previous tenure was marked by a series of unpredictable moves that left tech giants scrambling to adapt. And that means the tech world is in for a wild ride. From Silicon Valley to Wall Street, everyone is on high alert, trying to anticipate the next big move. Will it be a boon for innovation, or a bane for regulation? Remember the days of late-night presidential tweets shaking up the stock market? Those tweets were more than just words. They had the power to move markets, influence public opinion, and even alter the course of international relations. Yeah, those days might be back. Investors and analysts are already bracing for the impact, trying to decipher what each tweet could mean for their portfolios. The volatility that characterized the previous administration's approach to tech policy could very well make a comeback. Trump's relationship with Silicon Valley has always been complicated. On one hand, he has praised the innovation and ingenuity that drives the tech industry. On the other hand, he has been highly critical of the power and influence these companies wield. He loves their innovation, but he hates their power. This dichotomy has led to a series of conflicting policies that have both helped and hindered the tech sector. From tax cuts to trade wars, the tech industry has had to navigate a complex and often contradictory landscape. He courts their CEOs, then slaps them with tariffs. This push-pull dynamic has created an environment of uncertainty, where tech companies are constantly trying to stay one step ahead of the next policy shift. The stakes are high, and the margin for error is slim. It's a love-hate relationship for the ages. One moment, he's praising their contributions to the economy. The next, he's accusing them of being monopolistic and unpatriotic. This roller coaster of emotions and policies has left many in the tech world feeling like they're walking on a tightrope. So, what can we expect from Trump 2.0? Will he double down on his previous policies, or will he take a new approach? The questions are endless, and the answers are far from clear. What we do know is that the tech industry will be at the forefront of whatever comes next. Will he unleash a tech revolution, or a regulatory crackdown? The possibilities are endless. On one hand, we could see a surge in innovation, with new technologies and startups flourishing under a more business-friendly environment. On the other hand, we could face increased scrutiny and regulation, aimed at curbing the power of tech giants. One thing's for sure, it won't be boring. The tech industry thrives on change and disruption, and there's no shortage of either when it comes to Trump's policies. Whether you're a tech entrepreneur, an investor, or just a tech enthusiast, the next few years promise to be anything but dull. Get ready for a roller coaster of policies, pronouncements, and maybe even a few more angry tweets. The unpredictability that defined Trump's first term is likely to continue, keeping everyone on their toes and making for an exhilarating ride. This ain't just about your iPhones and your Teslas, people. The implications of Trump's return to power extend far beyond consumer electronics. We're talking about the very fabric of the tech industry and its role in shaping the future. This is about the future of American innovation, the ability of the United States to remain a global leader in technology and innovation. The policies enacted in the coming years will have long-lasting effects on the country's competitive edge. The global balance of power and how the U.S. interacts with other tech powerhouses like China and the European Union. International trade, cybersecurity, and intellectual property rights are all on the table, and the stakes couldn't be higher. And whether robots will take over the world while Trump live tweets the apocalypse. Let's dive in. The intersection of technology and politics has never been more critical, and the decisions made today will shape the world of tomorrow. So, stay tuned, because this story is just beginning. Remember the trade war with China? Yeah, that was fun. It all started with a series of tweets from then-President Donald Trump, who was determined to address what he saw as unfair trade practices by China. The tweets quickly escalated into a full-blown trade war, with tariffs being slapped on a wide range of goods. The tech industry, which relies heavily on Chinese manufacturing, was hit particularly hard. Companies had to navigate a complex web of new tariffs and trade restrictions, leading to increased costs and supply chain disruptions. The uncertainty caused by the trade war made it difficult for tech companies to plan for the future, and many had to make tough decisions about where to source their components and how to price their products. Trump slapped tariffs on Chinese goods, including those sweet electronics we all love. The impact was immediate and widespread. Prices for consumer electronics began to rise, and retailers struggled to keep up with the changing costs. For consumers, this meant paying more for everything from smartphones to laptops. The increased prices also had a ripple effect on other industries that rely on technology, such as automotive and healthcare. Companies had to find ways to absorb the additional costs or pass them on to consumers, leading to a period of economic uncertainty and volatility. Prices went up, companies scrambled, and everyone held their breath. The stock market reacted with wild swings as investors tried to make sense of the new economic landscape. Tech companies in particular saw their stock prices fluctuate dramatically. Some companies were able to weather the storm better than others, but the overall mood in Silicon Valley was one of anxiety and caution. The trade war also had a psychological impact on consumers, who became more hesitant to make big-ticket purchases. This slowdown in consumer spending further compounded the challenges faced by the tech industry. Then, there was the whole social media showdown. Trump's use of Twitter to communicate policy decisions, and his frequent clashes with social media platforms created a unique dynamic. Social media became a battleground for political discourse, with Trump's tweets often sparking intense debates and reactions. The platforms themselves were caught in the crossfire as they struggled to balance free speech with the need to moderate content. This period saw an increase in discussions about the role of social media in politics and the responsibilities of tech companies in managing their platforms. Trump accused platforms like Twitter and Facebook of censoring conservative voices. This accusation led to a broader conversation about bias and fairness in social media. Conservative users felt that their views were being unfairly targeted, while the platforms argued that they were simply enforcing their community guidelines. The debate over censorship and free speech on social media became a central issue, with both sides presenting compelling arguments. This tension highlighted the challenges of regulating content in a way that is both fair and effective. He even tried to pass an executive order to limit their legal protections. This move was seen as an attempt to hold social media companies accountable for the content posted on their platforms. The executive order aimed to revise Section 230 of the Communications Decency Act, which provides immunity to online platforms from liability for user-generated content. Critics argued that this would stifle innovation and make it harder for new platforms to emerge, while supporters believed it was necessary to ensure accountability and transparency. It was a messy breakup, and we're still feeling the aftershocks. The fallout from these actions is still being felt today, as social media companies continue to navigate the complex landscape of content moderation and free speech. The debates sparked during Trump's presidency have led to ongoing discussions about the role of technology in society and the responsibilities of tech companies. These conversations are shaping the future of social media and influencing how platforms operate and interact with their users. Let's not forget about deregulation. Trump's administration took a strong stance on reducing regulations, arguing that they were hindering economic growth and innovation. This approach had a significant impact on the tech industry, which saw a rollback of several Obama-era regulations. The goal was to create a more business-friendly environment that would encourage investment and development. However, this deregulation also raised concerns about the potential negative effects on the environment and consumer privacy. Trump rolled back a bunch of Obama-era rules, arguing they were stifling innovation. The tech industry had mixed reactions to these changes. Some companies welcomed the reduced regulatory burden, believing it would allow them to innovate more freely and compete more effectively on a global scale. Others, however, were worried about the long-term consequences of deregulation, particularly in areas like environmental protection and data privacy. The debate over the balance between regulation and innovation continues to be a contentious issue in the tech world. Some tech companies cheered, others worried about the environment and consumer privacy. The rollback of regulations led to a divide within the industry. On one side, there were those who saw deregulation as a necessary step to foster growth and maintain competitiveness. On the other side, there were concerns about the potential risks to the environment and the erosion of consumer protections. This division highlighted the complex and often conflicting priorities within the tech industry as companies strive to balance innovation with social responsibility. It was a classic Trump move, bold, divisive, and impossible to ignore. Trump's approach to tech policy was characterized by his willingness to take bold actions and make sweeping changes. His decisions often sparked intense debate and polarized opinions, both within the tech industry and among the general public. Whether you agreed with his policies or not, there was no denying that Trump's actions had a profound impact on the tech landscape. His presidency forced the industry to confront a range of complex issues and adapt to a rapidly changing environment. These were just a taste of Trump's tech policies in his first term. From trade wars to social media showdowns, deregulation to debates over free speech, Trump's presidency was a period of significant change and upheaval for the tech industry. His policies and actions left a lasting legacy, shaping the way tech companies operate and influencing the broader conversation about the role of technology in society. As we look back on this period, it's clear that Trump's impact on the tech world was both profound and far-reaching. Now that he's back, will he double down on his previous playbook or try a whole new game? As Trump returns to the political stage, the tech industry is once again bracing for potential changes. Will he continue to push for deregulation and challenge social media platforms, or will he take a different approach this time around? The future is uncertain, but one thing is clear. Trump's influence on the tech industry is far from over. The decisions he makes in the coming years will undoubtedly shape the direction of technology and its role in our lives. Here's the deal. Tech thrives on global collaboration. In today's interconnected world, innovation is no longer confined to the borders of a single country. It's a global effort, a symphony of minds from different corners of the earth working together to push the boundaries of what's possible. Whether it's developing cutting-edge software, creating revolutionary hardware, or pioneering new scientific discoveries, collaboration is the key that unlocks the door to progress. We need those rare earth minerals from China for our smartphones. These minerals are the lifeblood of modern technology, essential components in everything from smartphones to electric vehicles. Without them, our gadgets would be nothing more than lifeless shells. China, with its vast reserves and advanced processing capabilities, plays a crucial role in this supply chain. But relying so heavily on a single source comes with its own set of risks and challenges. We need skilled engineers from India for our software. India's tech talent is renowned worldwide, with its engineers contributing to some of the most significant advancements in software development. These professionals bring a wealth of knowledge, experience, and innovation to the table, helping to drive the tech industry forward. Their contributions are invaluable, and their collaboration is a testament to the power of global teamwork. Trump's protectionist policies could throw a wrench in the whole system. By imposing tariffs and restricting trade, these policies threaten to disrupt the delicate balance of the global tech ecosystem. The ripple effects could be far-reaching, impacting everything from supply chains to innovation pipelines. In a world where collaboration is key, building walls instead of bridges could have serious consequences. Take semiconductors, for example. These tiny chips power everything from our phones to our cars. They are the brains behind our most advanced technologies, enabling everything from artificial intelligence to autonomous vehicles. The semiconductor industry is a global network, with different countries specializing in various stages of production. Disrupting this network could have a cascading effect, slowing down innovation and increasing costs. Right now, the US relies heavily on Asian manufacturers. These manufacturers have the expertise, infrastructure, and economies of scale needed to produce high-quality tech components at competitive prices. This reliance has allowed American companies to innovate rapidly and bring new products to market quickly. However, it also means that any disruption in this supply chain could have significant repercussions. Trump wants to bring that production back home, but it won't be easy. Rebuilding the manufacturing infrastructure in the US would require massive investments in facilities, technology, and workforce training. It would also take time to develop the same level of expertise and efficiency that Asian manufacturers have achieved over decades. While the idea of self-sufficiency is appealing, the path to get there is fraught with challenges. It'll take time, money, and a whole lot of political will. Policymakers would need to create an environment that supports innovation and investment in domestic manufacturing. This could involve tax incentives, subsidies, and regulatory reforms. It would also require a long-term commitment to education and workforce development to ensure that the US has the skilled labor needed to compete in the global tech industry. The big question is, can American innovation survive in a world where Trump is building walls instead of bridges? Innovation thrives in an open, collaborative environment. By isolating ourselves, we risk falling behind as other countries continue to work together and push the boundaries of what's possible. The future of American innovation depends on our ability to adapt and embrace the global nature of the tech industry. Can we really go it alone in the global tech race? The challenges are immense, and the stakes are high. While there is a certain appeal to the idea of self-reliance, the reality is that no country can innovate in isolation. The tech industry is a global ecosystem, and our success depends on our ability to collaborate and leverage the strengths of our international partners. Or will we fall behind while other countries innovate and collaborate? The choice is ours to make. We can either embrace the global nature of innovation and work together to build a brighter future, or we can retreat into isolation and risk being left behind. The path we choose will determine the future of American innovation and our place in the global tech landscape. Big tech companies like Amazon, Google, and Facebook have become incredibly powerful. They control our data, our online experiences, and even our political discourse. Trump has long accused them of having too much power and stifling competition. During his first term, Trump's Justice Department launched antitrust investigations into these tech giants. Could he revive those investigations and even try to break up these companies? It's not out of the question. If Trump does go after big tech, it could have huge implications. On the one hand, it could level the playing field and foster more competition. On the other hand, it could stifle innovation and give more power to traditional media companies. It's a gamble, and only time will tell how it plays out.